Let's begin with again the biggest story that is there. This moment is tariffs. US President Donald Trump said he talked to acting president of South Korea about nation's tremendous and unsustainable surplus tariffs, shipbuilding and large-scale purchase of US LNG and military protection the US provides to the Asian country. And Gaurav is here with the details on this talk and other things.
Well, yes, Mr. Donald Trump has now come up with a statement. He has actually praised and actually talked about the conversation that he had with the president of South Korea. What he has said is that they spoke about their tremendous and unsustainable surplus, tariff, shipbuilding, and large-scale purchases that we have seen from USA in terms of LNG. Specifically, what he has also done is that they actually criticized the ex-president, Mr. Joe Biden, for terminating the deal with South Korea. And now he said that he has actually praised the team, and he said that the top team is actually underway and on their way to meet USA and talk about the deals. Other than that, what he has also highlighted is that he said that they are dealing with more than countries like South Korea with the trade tariff. He said that like South Korea, we are bringing up the subject and not covered by trade and other subjects. So specifically, he's not focusing on just trade thing, but he's also focusing on the other subjects that he wants to discuss and negotiate. Lastly, what he has said is that one-stop shopping is actually what he's calling as making great America once again. And in terms of China also, he has made some comments. What he has said is that China also wants to make a deal, but they do not know how to start talking with USA, and that is the reason what he has actually cited for China. So definitely a big news coming up from Donald Trump once again in terms of tariffs. And as a result, when we talk about US markets, we are seeing a sharp spike. In fact, when we talk about Nasdaq and S&P, they have opened with around more than 3% of a gain. So definitely some impact is what we are seeing because of the comments, and on back of this we will be watching out on the global news, specifically from the USA.
Well, most global markets, they breathed a sigh of relief today after posting severe losses. This after Trump's reciprocal tariffs. As we tell you, Dow has rebounded 1,300 points on rising hopes for tariff deals. Well, all major Asian markets, they closed in green today. Japan's Nikkei closed 6% higher. Shanghai Composite and Hang Seng also closed with gains of about 1.5%. Remember that just yesterday, Hang Seng recorded its worst decline since 1997. Back home in India, Nifty also recouped its losses and closed above 22,500 level. But how has Wall Street opened as of now? Well, we tell you, Dow has rebounded 1,300 points. Most of the markets are in green. Nasdaq, as we see, Nasdaq Composite up by 0.1%, 0.99%. Nasdaq Composite 3.7%. So these are the figures as we talk now. And what can we say? Markets have penciled Trump's tariffs policy entirely, or is there more correction on the cards? What's in store? We have with us Santosh Rao, Head of Research and Partner, Manhattan Value Partners, Venture Partners, in fact. Mr. Rao, thank you for joining us this evening. Let's begin by talking about today's market action. In India, it recovered, Europe was in green, and now US also recovering. Do you think this is going to be the overall situation tomorrow as well? What's your situation here? Have we seen the worst of tariff wars?
Good morning. I think if you ask me, and going historically also, there's always a relief rally when you have such a downswing in the markets and such corrections that go on. Historically, we've seen that it just rallies a little bit. Is it a relief rally? Maybe. Is it a hope rally, hoping that President Trump will change his mind? Will the tariff regime change the way he's thinking about it? So those are things rolling around. So a lot of uncertainty, a lot of moving parts. Right now, I wouldn't put too much into this rally yet. There's a lot of things need to be resolved. We saw some, the executives there, the Republican Party in the Trump administration officials rather saying that yes, talks are going on. Nothing's fixed yet. Trump is pretty set on his ways. They still think injustice is being done. It's an unfair trade practice going on. So they need to fix that. They think this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to reorder the work trading order world over. So I think a lot of things going on, a lot of moving parts, no uncertainty. I think that's the big thing. And that's why the market is trading as you see this. We don't know yet if this is sustainable. And I don't think it is.
Oh, help us understand, Mr. Rao. Today, well, Trump spoke to South Korean president. He spoke to Japan's top officials as well. Which way it is going according to you? Well, China definitely a bit of thaw there coming down, but not complete from what we saw yesterday. So, which way the global trade wars or tariff wars are going?
Yeah. So I think to the extent these talks are constructive and will lead to something, I think that's a good thing. And looks like things are working to its way. And let me get back up a little bit. I think in the first place, every trade deal, this tariff should have been negotiated country by country because there are different issues with everyone, and it was very random the way it was imposed across the board. It wasn't very well, according to me, and according to a lot of reports out there as well. So they needed to be very constructive, go step by step, or country by country. So I think that's what's happening. He's going to negotiate with everyone. He's going to maybe at the edges wherever there is some imbalance can be corrected. So yes, it'll be fixed, but there is some nationalism going on. If you just push China to the corner, they're not coming to the negotiating table, and that's what's going on. It's really pushing each other, and that's not helpful. Trade is beneficial to both parties. It needs to be negotiated. It's not a negative. Trade by itself does not really, if you cut trade, tariffs doesn't help. Rather, it's very regressive. It reduces the standard of living. So we don't want that. So I think what's going to happen is these negotiations are very good, very constructive, and you're seeing that in the stock market. There's hope that this will lead to something very well done, very constructive. So I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. But is it the final? We don't know because Trump has a habit of changing his mind very often. So that surety we need, some sense that okay, this is going to be sustainable. We don't have that yet.
And what's in it for India, Mr. Rao? India, though, is insulated to some extent, not entirely. We have BTA going on with US already. So what's in it for India and this relief? What does it mean for India?
Yeah, India again has to negotiate. I know Trump has a soft corner, so to speak, not in the exact sense, but for India, they know it's a huge market. It's going to be a bigger market, the third biggest economy. They know they're heading towards that. They need to work something out, and they will. But at this point, he needs to hold his ground and say that he's punishing everybody because everybody has been unfair to US. So he needs to make that point. And once that's established and he gets an off ramp from this rhetoric, that this real harsh stance, I think he will do it. He will. He's a deal maker, and if he sees a good deal, he will do it. So all we need now is for him to negotiate. For India, I think India is in a good position. Already there was some talk about India cutting back and kind of relaxing some of their tariffs. So I think they're coming with a better position, bargaining position than the other countries. So I think you'll see India will benefit in the end when the dust settles. They will come out ahead. So I think it's really between China and India, two huge markets that US is negotiating. The others are smaller in terms of the size of the tariffs, but it's more a statement for the other countries as well. So we'll see where it settles at this point. But India, I think, should come out ahead in the long run once the tariff dust settles, because they already have been proactive in dealing with this issue.
Well, thank you, Mr. Rao, for joining us and telling us, giving us this important perspective. Or as the US markets have opened, we can tell our viewers they've opened in green as well, majorly.